Hello? No, I haven't checked the children. Well, basically because I don't have any. Sorry, you want my what? My blood all over you? Oh, isn't that just typical? First time a man rings me and the only body fluid he wants is my hemoglobin. Look, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. Look, I'll give you my number of the neighbour because he's got 3 obnoxious children and he's actually a haemophiliac. Yep. Okay. Oh no, you didn't bother me. No, look, that's fine. Okay. Okay, bye. Thank you, bye. Oh, hi, Darkrealmers. I think that may have been a prank call. And that brings us neatly to today's video because we're going to be reviewing a great, psychologically creepy, dark thriller called Don't Hang Up. So, let's get started, Darkrealmers. Now, this movie contains one of the best opening scenes I've seen in a long time. And it starts off with a phone call to a woman who's in bed. And basically, it's a call from the police telling her, look, please don't panic, but there's someone in your house, okay? You need to be careful. You need perhaps to maybe get out. And of course, the woman panics and she races from her bedroom. Well, after a few seconds, we see what happens with her, with the police trying to talk her through the situation in the background, and then cut. We find a group of teenagers, young adults, laughing their heads off. It's one of their pranks. And straight away, they upload this to what is probably the Hollywood sort of equivalent of YouTube, a fictitious sort of YouTube in Hollywood land. And we watch as this video goes viral, okay? And people just love it and they keep tuning in and watching and watching and watching. And that sets the tone for the whole movie, and it sets up the characters too. We have one of the main pranksters who's called Prank Monkey 69. And he doesn't care about what he does. He doesn't care about the consequences, of course. This is all about social media and about being famous and how people comment and say, oh, you're awesome, I laughed my head off and all this. Well, this is one of those great movies, Darkrealmers, where, what goes around comes around. And basically what happens in this movie is something that'll make you think twice about ever playing a prank on someone, especially with the phone. Now, the story gets set up between 2 best friends, Sam and Brady. And Sam's parents have gone away for the weekend and he's going to study up. But no, Brady comes over and says, hey dude, let's party. We'll have beer, we'll have fun, pizza. And Brady, he's a little bit obnoxious. He's one of those characters that you find really hard to like because he's just irksome, irresponsible, annoying. But having said that, that's also how he's meant to be. And Sam's more, he's no angel, but he's more quiet, he's, more studious. But of course, in any sort of relationship like that, there's always a dominating partner. And Brady is that. And he convinces Sam, hey, let's party, we'll prank, it'll be great, no problems. And so, of course, Sam abandons any plans he's got for study. Okay, and what happens is they sit down and think, hey, let's prank the neighbour. So they ring up and order pizza to be delivered to the neighbour. And basically then they tell the neighbour, hey, look, there's some really nasty kids, arsehole kids going, and they're basically, ordering pizza under false pretenses and that, and this neighbour apparently is very, surly to start with. And he says, right, I will kill these kids when they turn up. Well, little do Sam and Brady know that the pizza delivery guy is one of their friends, and this neighbour almost beats him up with a baseball bat. Anyway, he goes over to their house and they're laughing their heads off, and he's not really impressed. But anyway, the story progresses that they keep going with their pranks, and then they get a phone call, a very strange phone call, where someone says, "You think you're smart? Do you think what you do is clever?" And of course Brady, "Oh, you can suck my bleep, okay, hang up, go away." Well, this caller doesn't hang up, Darkrealmers. In fact, it becomes at this point very, very frightening, because he knows all about them, and he mentions their address, he mentions where they go to school, and a whole thing that this caller couldn't possibly know, and that's where it gets frightening. Now, this caller has tapped into all their home features, and what he does is he shows Brady his parents have been tied up. They're supposed to be away on a camping weekend, but instead they see on the TV Brady's parents tied up. So some madman has called them and said, "Right, we're going to have a bit of fun. You're going to enjoy this. Let's see how you like being pranked." And it gets progressively scarier from there, Darkrealmers. Now, I can't go into everything and give you the whole plot, because then it takes away the enjoyment. But let's just say what happens is that this caller basically drags their friends in to this web that he's got going, and there's things that he says they must do, these boys. For example, if they try and leave the house or call 911, the parents are going to be killed. And of course they don't believe this, so what happens? They try calling 911, but oh no, this guy has actually got control of their phone, and when they dial 911 they get his voice. Now, if that wasn't terrifying enough, Darkrealmers, imagine being told that if you leave the house terrible things are going to happen. And that's what does happen, and it builds up and it builds up, and you don't know what this caller is going to do to these boys, or make them do. And that's part of the psychological terror of this, Darkrealmers. It's very good psychologically. It's one of those ones too where you end up at the beginning of the movie, you really hate these kids. You know, especially if you're older like me, and you know what used to be considered hilarious when we were kids now is annoying as adults. And when we see these pranksters, we loathe them. We think, oh, I'd love to just... But as the movie progresses, we get more and more sympathetic towards their plight, because what they've done in terms of pranks is nothing compared to what this caller is doing to them. And there are scenes where they go to the hallway and they find a body, and also Sam's girlfriend is also become a victim of this caller. It's very good in terms of chills. There's not a great deal of blood, I will say that. So there are some scenes where you know, there's a little bit of blood and gore, nothing excessive. This movie is much more psychologically creepy. It's also about how the effect of this caller affects the friendship of Sam and Brady, and how, you know, Brady wants to leave the house and say, "No, I've got to go save my parents," but Sam actually, you know, ties him up and says, "No, you can't, you know." And Sam's trying to be the rational one. He's trying to be the one that's, let's play the game, you know, let's not anger this caller. And Brady is very much the action figure. I'll kill him. And that very much shows the dynamics of their relationship in this Darkrealmers. Now, there is a wonderful ending to this. I'm not going to spoil it for you. As you know, I never do that. But you think that there's a chance they will survive this. They will get through this. And everything leading up to the final moment will have you guessing, basically. Okay? Now, it's one of those movies that I don't often say this about movies, Darkrealmers, but it's a nail biter. It really is. Okay? Now, what you'll be pleased to know is that I found this movie right here on YouTube. Yep, that's right. I sat down and watched it the other night and was absolutely thrilled with it. So what I'm going to do for you, Darkrealmers, is provide the link down below and you can watch the movie for yourself. And if you like it, or you didn't like it, or whatever, leave a comment for me below and let me know what you thought of it, okay? I think it's one of the best of the psychological dark drama movies that have currently been released, and there's not a great deal of those around at the moment, and this is one for all the fans who are so over slasher films and teenagers. Oh my god, I'm lost in the woods, you know, something's after me, rah rah rah. You'll enjoy this one, okay? Well, there you go, Darkrealmers. I hope you've enjoyed my review of Don't Hang Up. It's a great movie. I've thoroughly enjoyed bringing it to you, or, well, bringing you the details of it to you. So, if you want some more movie reviews and find out a little bit about some great movies coming up or that have just been released or are available here on YouTube and Netflix and the other streaming services, let me know, and don't forget to subscribe, because that way you'll catch up on all the great movies and books from the world of horror. Okay, so that's it for this episode of the Dark Realm Diaries. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, please leave a comment. I love hearing what you think about each particular video. And as I said, you know, to keep up with the world of horror, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so this is horror author and illustrator Michael J. Elliott saying to you, thanks for watching, and remember, Darkrealmers, stay in the light.